Hello and welcome to another edition of It's Just Our Opinion. This is our 33rd edition to the show. We started in July of 2019 and just continues to grow. I really want to thank you for last week. We had the biggest viewed show, the most viewed, not the biggest, but the most viewed show. Over 15,000 people watched our show last week. And I know it was because Captain America was there. It wasn't just because of me, but I appreciate you doing it. Our show continues to grow. And today, our show is being sponsored by Patty Brown of Rock, Paper, Scissors Salon in Summerville, Alabama. So, Patty, thank y'all for sponsoring this. We want to get the word out to as many people as we can. If you need a haircut or you need your hair colored or trimmed or anything, give Patty a call at 256-303-0814. Remember that, Patty Brown at Rock, Paper, Scissors in Summerville, Alabama, 256-303-0814. And let them know you saw it on this show. I want to talk to you today about building. I know you see us sitting out here in the sun with people building in the background. Well, that's a house. Andy Johnson Builders they're building several houses right here in Summerville. But I wanted to come here to this spot today to highlight how the building industry in Alabama is starting to take off again. You know, it's booming. Everywhere you go, any part of the area, especially North Alabama, houses are going up everywhere. You can hardly ride a few miles without seeing somebody building a house, and that's a great sign because that means that people love our state. They want to be here. They want to live here. They want to raise their families here and work here and stuff. So I just want you to realize how important it is when you see houses going up, what it means to every community. That community is going to grow and going to have more citizens and going to have more people involved in the things going on in their towns and communities, and it's always a good sign. And so I just thought today would be great to come out here and right in front of this house that's being built and share with you that we need more houses in Alabama, but we've got them going up right here. Andy Johnson Builders, I believe he's going to build about 7 or 8 right here on this one street. And so Summerville is fixing to take off. It's just going to take off, but it's taking off all over Alabama. And so, encourage people when you see them. Encourage people to sell some land every now and then to builders so that we can put up more houses. And that brings us to another subject. Right now we're going on with the 2020 census. Now, a lot of people haven't done their paperwork yet. They just hadn't done it. They've been holding out for some reason. I think in Alabama, only 58% of the people has actually filled out their census papers and to be counted. And the census is so important to every state, county, and city because your federal money is based on the number of people that you have living in your area. So it's real important. We've got several months left to get that paperwork done, but you can go online to the U.S., just pull it up, just real simple, U.S. Census, and they'll walk you right through the rest of it and tell you exactly what you need to do to be counted. Because if you're not counted, then your community and your state and your county is not going to get the federal money that they need for you. And so, each person that's counted is very important to your state, your county, and community. And then it only takes about 6 or 7 minutes to go on. Now, a lot of people say, I don't want to do all that paperwork. No, but it's so easy now. You go online and do it, and it just walks you right through it. The steps are right there to it, and it's so easy. So make an effort. Before you go to bed tonight, sit down and pull that computer out, iPad. You can do it on your phone if you want to, and fill out your census and be counted. Last week I talked about the lotteries. Alabama here, we don't have a lottery. We've been trying to get one for years, and I know our legislators probably think we don't need it since we got it in Florida and Georgia and Tennessee and now Mississippi. But it'd be nice to keep some of that money here at home, And so some of the legislators, I know they talk about it being gambling, and it's not really good to have stuff like that going. And what's always been interesting to me is those guys, when they're talking about how bad it is to be gambling, they sipping on their beer or wine or something, and it makes you wonder why we don't have it. But you know, Alabama needs it. But I talked to you last week about the Powerball was way up there like 180 million, and nobody won. Well, somebody won it last night. Somebody won it on Wednesday night, and if it's somebody that won it that watched my show when I encouraged you to go out and buy a ticket, I hope that you'll remember that and maybe send me my part of it. Because if you hadn't bought that ticket, if I hadn't encouraged you, you wouldn't have won. But somebody won it Wednesday, so it started back over. So Saturday night it'll only be at 20 million. It's funny how we say only 20 million. You know, 20 million is a lot of money. We could do a lot of stuff with 20 million. So it's really not just 20 million. It's 20 million. But anyway, you can't buy them in Alabama. You got to go to Florida, Georgia, or Tennessee, or Mississippi. But now, what was interesting, I also talked about the Mega Million lottery. Now, the Mega Million, nobody won it still. So when they draw on Friday night, it's going to be worth $378 million. Now, you can bet I'm going to have a ticket in it. I'm going to have a ticket because hey, if you don't have a ticket, you can't win. And so, you know, it's just luck. If you win, it's just luck. So why not spend that $2 and take a chance on it? But now remember, if you win it because I encouraged you to buy it, remember, array it. It's just our opinion, and send me my part of it. But that's really neat. $378 million. So that's a lot of money. You know, we're flipping through and we noticed, you know, this hurricane season. Hurricane season is here. And, you know, they come up with all kind of names for these hurricanes. I mean, they name them Bertha and all this kind of stuff. And we noticed that one of them, I think it's going to be the 14th. If we have 14 hurricanes this year, the 14th is going to be called Nana. Now, I have to wonder who comes up with these names. Now, how would anybody call a hurricane Nana? All Nanas are nice. Hurricanes are destructive. You know, I just can't imagine. Now, my wife, with our grandkids, they call her Nana. Now, I just can't imagine her being as destructive as a hurricane. And so I hope that we don't have 14 this year. I hope it's not that many, so we don't get to that name Nana, because I'd hate to hear it on the news, Hurricane Nana tore up so many towns and stuff, and because all Nanas is supposed to be good. Every Nana I've ever seen has been good. But now, somebody said years ago, wonder why they call it hurricanes instead of hurricanes. Now, I don't really agree with this, but the answer back in was women cause a lot of trouble sometimes in places. That's why they call them hurricanes. But I don't believe that. Most women I know are nice. But to call a hurricane Nana, I tell you, I hope we don't get there. I don't want a hurricane named Nana. You know, I've talked several times about our garden. We got a garden. We got a big garden this year. Our neighbor, you know, when I told him to make it a little bigger this year, he made it about 4 times bigger than we had last year. So we've got several things planted. Finally, we getting tomatoes coming out, the little ones, and we ain't eaten none of them yet. And we got squash. We done pulled so many radishes out that we don't even have any left. And we got some onions and watermelons and cantaloupe. We got all that stuff coming up. Cucumbers. We're gonna be eating. We don't eat the radishes, but that's all we can eat so far. But them tomatoes and stuff. And I know most of y'all have gardens. A lot of people have gardens not because they can't afford to go to the grocery store, but it's just good relaxing to get out and run a tiller and get a hoe and work in the garden. It's just, and to watch your stuff really come up and grow, and you know, it's just really neat. I mean, I enjoy it. Every morning I get up and like to go out and watch and see if anything's happened overnight. And my wife goes out. She loves it too. We was out there just a little while ago looking at our squash, and man, we got enough little old baby squash on there now. We'll probably be eating them things by Sunday because they'll start growing, and it's just amazing. Little cute watermelons that done got blooms on them, and I know yours has too. But gardens are great. If you don't have one, hey, you ought to have one next year because it's good for you. Just get out and walk around. Now, I've said several times that we own some cows, and you know, we love our cows. Me and my wife, we like to get out and walk, and of course my grandkids, they like to get out and walk around and just watch them. And And we had a very interesting thing happen last week. We had one that had a calf, and now she has always been kind of peculiar because she got horns. One of them kind of goes straight out this way, and the other's kind of crooked. And we named her Avery. I don't know, we couldn't name her Crook because she didn't have a horn when she was born, so Avery just fit in. But she was real protective, and so it kind of reminded me of that maybe I ought to tell y'all, when you got cows and they have babies and stuff, better be careful walking up on them, because cows are protective. Now, I don't have a cow named Nana, but I don't think it would be mean. But this Avery was really wild. One of my son-in-laws, well, both of them was there. One of them pulled up and put a tag in its ear, and the calf's ear. And you talking about going mad. That cow didn't want nobody touching her baby, and had another son-in-law kind of walked over, was going to help the other, and she just kind of run him off. And so, just be careful. Cows are a lot of fun. If you like animals, they're great. Most of ours you can walk up and pet. My wife names all of them. She used to name her chickens, but she still names all the cows. And so, it's a lot of fun to have animals and stuff like it. And it's good for the grandkids too. They get to grow up on a farm, and we got a small farm, 25 acres, I think, and but it's good for the kids to have that environment, to know what farming is, to work with your hands, and to put hay out and feed the cows and do stuff. So we enjoy that. Well, I appreciate you watching again today. Like I say, I hope you'll share it with your family, your friends, even people you don't like. Just share it. I think it was shared somewhere around 30 times last week with 15,000 viewers. That was a great show. And I'd like to thank Patty Brown again with Rock Paper Scissors in Summerville, Alabama, for doing the sponsoring our show. We need sponsorships, and if anybody else would like to sponsor our show, give us a message on Facebook. You can go to ray@itsjustouropinion.com, or you can just come on the video here and send me a private message or a message, and I'll get with you. But thank you again, Patty, for sponsoring, and Andy Johnson Builders. I'd like to thank him for letting me come on his property here in front of his house to film the show and highlight building. And we've said a lot of stuff here today, but most of all, just remember, it's just our opinion.